Morning, fine people. How are you doing? How are you doing? Yes, it's Friday, a live stream on the Market Sniper, a short one today. Let's show you a couple of things that are kind of interesting. So we've got fake number day today, the non-farm payrolls, non-farm payrolls. Woo! We're also excited for non-farm payrolls. Yep, you know that a cheeky, dirty number that they throw out that you're expected to rely on and trust. Okay, let's show you something. I'm going to get the charts up and show you a wee thing. This is on Goldilocks. So let's ensure we go share screen. How are you all doing? Welcome. Tell us where you're checking in from. We love to know graphically where are we relevant as we tunnel in here. There's many Francis's all doing the same thing. Let's get rid of that. That's a nightmare for some. Anyway, what do we got? This is something I like to do, and I look at with big time frame glasses. Put on the big time frame glasses. These are blue light blockers, by the way, not lens glasses. I wear them, and I'm not affiliated to anyone. I use Gunner. You can buy some too. Save your eyes. Anyway, what is this? Well, we've shown that there's a bull pole here. We showed that there was the better part of 3 years. You know this quite well. Once, twice, 3 times. And then our little HVF that started the journey. Now this, as you'll see, is actually a very strong move. You've done well out of gold. You may not think you've done well, but you have. Things don't typically go up like that. There's not very many times that a stock market has gone from 1980 in the early part of 24 to mid, by the mid part of 25, already having done 60%. At its highest point. So you've got to bear this in mind. This is a poll, so we're going to take that poll over there, and we're talking a lot about the metals here because everybody wants sound money, but there's other things. Non-farm payrolls will affect other things. In fact, we'll jump onto a Crypto Sniper stream straight after this to talk about it. But if we put this right on the low, you've actually overperformed to the lowest point projection already, and that was, as we explained yesterday in a live stream that was pretty popular. Thank you for jumping on and supporting us and hitting the like button so many times. That was around about 3,000, 29 to 3,000. Now I want to highlight what should be popping to you, and we were talking about this in the community, our top guns doing the updates, always remembering to go big time frame and look at the candles. Very well done. To people like Ken Ma, our insider from Hong Kong. We've got people from all over the world, by the way, that are trade leaders with us, right the way through to Canadians and Americans on the other side. We got it all wrapped up, and you get regular updates in our community. We'll be doing a live trading day today, of course, so you can jump on the link for that, which will be shared in the chat notes. But what am I showing you here while you contemplate that $197? I want to show you this, that all your other gold bull friends aren't showing you these. And what are you going to say? We're just starting a new month, by the way. Way, happy August day. Happy August day. Happy August day. Where's the year gone? Where's the year gone? Oh my God, it's the 8th month. August is the 8th month, and we're starting the 8th month. There's only so many shoplifting days left before Christmas, guys. You need to get lifting. Anyway, so let's make it a little bit skinnier and draw those boxes again, because I really want this to pop. You can see that 3.5, it was a little too much. That was Trump's tariff tantrum. Quite a rickshaw boy. When you get a doji, but with a very high range, it's called a rickshaw boy, just minor point of interest. Then it's followed up by what's typically known when you're this high up as what would probably be called a shooting star. It's not the ultimate high. The ultimate high was up there. And then you're getting another shooting star. What this is telling you is repeated attempts to get above the 3.4 and stay above the 3.4 has lost you from the very first time when you hit the 3.5. Let's make that a bit bigger. Some of you are saying it's like little Pippi, you're looking through a tiny hole here. Okay, so let's do this. Make it bigger. Make it bigger. Because I really want this important point to pop. We'll lose everything else. I want all of this on show. Large and in charge. Okay. That is rejection, guys. It's not once rejection, it's a few times. So there's your 3.5 all the way back down to below 300. There's your rickshaw boy, half of it, rejection, all the way back down. You see the 3294 where you are now and the dotted green line, that's the market. Back below 300. Every time you've attempted to get deep into the 3400, so you got past 3440 this time, where did you get? Rejected to the 3300. Now, the last month, the one that we just died, called July, how far did you go? You got a 3440, and that was our failed breakout. That failed breakout changed a lot of things for me in my mindset. That's like, hold on now. This isn't a coincidence. So you're sitting here with half a day for the current month. It is a nothing burger because it's got no time behind it. We've just started August. So you've got half a day. And I'm asking you, we live stream again in 1 month's time. Is that candle red or is it green? Red or green? Or doji, in other words, as you were. You can have that if you want. In fact, if you say green, I'll throw in doji as being on the green team. Is the candle that follows this red or green? Do you trade lower than the bottom of that wick, for example, at some point at minimum, and quite possibly that wick, and who knows, maybe even that wick? Which ones? How far do you go? I'm calling red candle for the month, potentially, but it could go down and already begin its reversal back up and give us a hammer. That changes everything. But it does mean for the short, medium term. Long term, we are bulls, precious metals. Long term, we've given you targets up to 10,000, but in stages. So you know that you get waiting periods in between this. So how badly do you want to be leveraged long now that we've had the third of these? In fact, it's the fourth rejection, if you include that rejection. So what's happening is, maybe it's the miners. Hey, if you want to pay 3,500, 3,400 gold, here's all our gold. Have it, have it, have it. You still want to buy it? Here's all our gold. At 3,400, here's all our gold. Da, 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 da. The supply is coming in big. And remember, a lot of precious metals, gold is above ground. There might even be people taking profits that are bullion stackers, not you or I. Now, not central bankers either, I doubt. But somehow there's selling going on. And, you know, the manipulation thing, it can be disempowering, that, too much of that on gold. Because people can just, on futures contracts, say, I'll take delivery, thanks. And they then have to go and find the gold if they were doing naked shorting. So it certainly means gold is being made available to contain it. Don't forget, a lot of physical was sent to America. So if people are taking and they're wanting to manipulate it, they'll be selling that gold they had delivered to keep it down. Why? Because they have to hide inflation. They have to hide inflation. Tariffs is inflation. Listen to me now. Tariffs is inflation. Everybody going, no, 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 no. Everybody's cut their prices for America. Really? You think you got 25% margin on every product? Really? You think you got, in some cases, 50% margin, 15 on everything? You think everyone's going to suddenly take a massive haircut for one country? They'll say, it's not profitable business. We'll just sell to the very richest who are prepared to pay it, and we'll go premium. Someone else can sell $20 notes for $10. It's not a good business, that. Long run, it's not a good business. This is the policy of a desperate nation dying in debt debasement. Think about that. A desperate nation dying in debt debasement. In fact, I want to show something on X that keeps coming out. They're not measuring, since tariffs came out, they're not measuring inflation quite like they used to. No, they're not going to measure inflation quite like they used to. Not at all. They're doing it differently. So here's how it looks. Let's go into X. I want to show a couple of the tweets that some people have been sharing. Some of them I was seeing in the morning. So let's go to the profile on inflation and the tricks and games they play. This is what's happening. Inflation is a straight line up since April. There's the straight line up. When the tariffs began. And this is the government explicitly removing actual inflation measures and replacing them with inflation estimates, aka lying. Truth word be spoke right there. You absolutely have an inflation problem that's being masked. How do you devalue debt? You keep interest rates where they are because you can't cut them. You can't upward value the debt. Nobody wants to buy it. You keep them where they are, even though the people are struggling and being waterboarded and being held head underwater much longer. The house market is filled with listings that are not getting viewings, never mind offers. And in the meantime, you create massive inflation to devalue that debt. So you start compounding. In short, you have a negative return. This is financial repression on debt. You have a negative return on debt. And there's some goods that American doesn't produce that you have to have. The important example. Imagine you're that company, business, or person that can only buy the import. And you get told Trump is defending you, attacking that country by putting a higher price on it. That actually means you as an American are paying an additional tax to your government. So Trump increased taxes into a recession and called it tariffs for anyone that needs to purchase something that is imported that could quite possibly not be made in America or is not made to the same standard specification. All of you that buy offshore are being punished for being offshore. You're being taxed more in America. Congratulations. Trump winning. Woo, woo, woo. Stick to the plan. Your voted guy. He's up tax on you. He's kept rates high while pretending to have this phony theater war with Powell. They both know, because Besant and people that are smarter than them tell you so. We can't cut the rates. You've already lost the long end on debt. The rates are climbing. They're now refinancing everything on the short end. That's you refinancing your housing mortgage on your credit card, lots of them. And it keeps rolling and coming back. And you're overspending and needing new credit cards to put new debt on. How's that working out with the duration shortening? You are here, guys. You are here. This is epic skullduggery and manipulation to even have got this far. You almost have to tip your hat to the criminals. As to what they've done and how well they've done it. Just in time, Switzerland. Today is Swiss national holiday. Congratulations. In Liverpool, we are red. That's right. It will be a red candle, said many of you. It will be a red candle on the gold. And what say you of the inflation shenanigans? They lie, they lie, they lie. You are getting estimates now. You're no longer measuring the same way you used to. You see, you remove the basis of comparison. Oh, we changed to this methodology. You call it a method. It's called the SimpleFX method. There's me number. That's what they're doing. Oh, we underestimate. Oh, dang, in a year's time. Seems like we underestimated a whole bunch. Oh, dear. Like that unemployment number, We've got a booming economy. We're not in a recession. Look how you can't have a recession with so much employment. Oh, we just took 893,000 gazillions. You see my Jacob Zuma impersonation there. It was quite good. 8391 million peoples out of the numbers. It was 890,000 for those that were interested. But yes, so that is shucks, non-farm payroll does just enough fuzzy logic and assumptions, and every company opened automatically is assigned a secretary, a CEO, and all of that. People open special purpose vehicles all the time. You can't assume 6 people have been employed because somebody opened a company. But anyway, liars will lie, known liars will lie, and they'll use known mechanisms that lie as refuge to mask something that they'll later go, all shucks, in hindsight, we don't do that anymore. That was wrong. Yeah, we found out. We keep tripping on these landmines that keep working in our favor and hurting you. We stand on the landmine, you blow up. How about that? That's quite a cool deal. So that's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. At the same time, they're providing an immense amount of liquidity to do this. So here's where you are. You're in a liar's poker game. And if I'm looking at that gold chart to you, I'm saying during the course of this month, at least, I could reasonably expect that in the best scenario, you could get the polar opposite of this candle. That would be the best scenario, because I don't think gold goes down forever. It depends. If we were to get a massive demand destroying event, then we could have a lot more on the downside. But if you had a green hammer of similar length, something like that, that turns into a red hammer like that, it does, however, mean that you would have moved or traded somewhere in the direction of 3,150, which is around $150 down. That would be no crisis, and that would start to fix this. You might even get a second hammer because there's still uncertainty out there, and then you start getting spinning tops, and then that will be quite bullish again for gold. But it's going to take some time. So the easy upside leverage longs are over for now, in my opinion, and there may even be shorting opportunities whereby you can hedge and make a profit. Doesn't matter, be pragmatic. In the long term, truth always outs. That you won't change the gold's eventual sound money outcome and its higher value. So don't stress about it. So that is what's going to be a point of interest. We'll be discussing that and a whole bunch more, taking it into the indices space, taking it into the currency space, and a lot more. We did a big stream last time. By the way, let's look at silver before we finish here. And the link for joining us should be in the description for joining us for the full period with the non-farm payroll number. Let's have a look at silver. Again, you've had a month and it's a shooting star month. You ran up to 39. They're kind of nervous about you ever getting in those 40 range, because the 40 range runs 50 and 50 is the ceiling. And that is a shooting star. That is a shooting star. A tactical trader on the big time frame would short the low and put a stop at the high. Now, I'm not saying you're going to get a great risk reward like that. I wouldn't necessarily do that, but tactical traders have been known to do that. That is a shooting star. This is currently a red candle, and you break the low of the previous month. I don't think you even have to wait for that. You might get something. You could trade down for a bit. Remember that inverted head and shoulder that we also were showing. Let's have a look what we got here. It was that one. Was it that one? No, it was this one. There it is. So let's move the pink. That was over here. So here you had a key level at 26. You see the 26. It was a key level. It had shown itself to be a key level. You had left, you had head, you had right, you made target. That ran a target. And on the weekly, you also had a weekly shooting star. You can't see it so well because there's a lot of little lines in there. So let's do it on a weekly for you. That's the monthly. What does it look like on the weekly basis? There's your shooting star on the final week of the month. And you have already broken. Now on the weekly, you could have technically traded that. You'd already be up. You would have traded the low, stop at the high, and you would already be up. I would have already trailed that stop to make it something. I don't tend to do this kind of trading very often. I'm an HVF method trader. It's far better. But on a shooting star like that, you're already in the money. You're already in the money. And the monthly could do the same. The monthly could do the same. But long term, not too far. If the DDE comes, it could go a little further than we expect. But after that's played out, we run up to the 50. We probably get rejected in the 45-50 range one more time. because we haven't got there yet. Remember, we only got as high as 39, but then we are in virgin territory after that. So that is the trade. So remember, macro bullish all the way, nothing changed. This is where we are. It's a very bullish pattern. When you go to the big time frames, you are reminded of the eventuality of it all. The tide wins. There's no holding back the tide in terms of this. But short term, you could dip down here. Don't get killed for not being in this big move later that goes to the moon up there. Don't get killed. Don't be over leveraged. That's one warning I would give you, regardless of what the payroll numbers that are expected for today. What are the payroll numbers expected for today? Let's have a look. It is first, which is today, 106. Now that's not very much, given how much the birth-death model adds in. 106 is trivial. You have 4 beats in a row, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you've got a very low number of 106. So who knows? Who knows what will happen? I'm not thinking this will be excessively material, but who knows? We can be shocked by it. It may show some of the weakness in the economy. Okay, very good. Let me check if there's any quick questions from your side. Let's shut the tunneling down. Not many seem to actually listen. I'm never bearish on gold as an investor. No, I'm not. In fact, I've shorted it, and I will add. Michael Skelton buying gold on the dips, not a bad idea. Yes, I think it isn't a bad idea. Love these shows. Thank you. Ensure to hit the likes. There's 307 of you. We've got 70 likes. That's quite low. That's about 20%, 15 or 20%. I'm not every day trading gold. Hit the dislike rather if you don't like it. Sorry, I'm still buying gold now. If it goes down 100, 200, indeed, you should. And it's not like we're saying, hey guys, stop stacking. That's not our message. We're saying traders with leverage, you may not get returns on longs. And you might actually get returns on shorts. And it'll go there anyway. So we're all rats and mice in this market. We're not the whales. And turn any profits you make into the stack as well. So it just leads to more stacking, and that's money permanently, fiat, you've thrown permanently back in the central banker's face and taken something physical that you long-term hold. Nobody trades in and out of their stack. We all stack. It's all about getting more. So don't get me wrong. People say, oh, he's a bear gold. No, he's short-term trading-wise does not recommend longs. That's it. And that's it. Okay, good. That's us for now. I will be doing in the live stream, my apologies, I will be visiting platinum in our community update with the non-farm payrolls. I will be doing silver far more detailed. I will also go to stock market indices and other things and some great setups on certain equities. If you want to be part of that, hit the link and we'll cover those other bits you want. This was meant to be just a super short little hello. We only got 109 likes, so you didn't like it so much, so we shouldn't carry on. We want love. We're delicate and sensitive that way. We want love. We want more love. But anyway, yeah, we will probably jump on a quick stream on the crypto side. So if you're interested in Bitcoin and some of our takes there, we'll give you a short stream there as well, just to say hello on the Crypto Sniper, and also to welcome the crypto crew to come and join us for the crypto side of the update, which will include Bitcoin, Ethereum, some of our favorite takes, XRP, Tron, a lot of others, and other ones that we like and are watching that could do very big numbers, multiples. Yeah. Is it all over there too? They've also come down. We'll be talking about that and more on the other stream. Till next time, catch you later. Bye-bye for now.